Hi everyone, so I just wanted to give you a quick overview on how you can complete your IXL homework for this week. So when you're doing the right linear and exponential functions, you're going to be using your two standard forms, y equals mx plus b and y equals a times b to the x. So the first thing you should really do is you should look at the table and determine if this is a linear or exponential function. Remember, linear is if you're adding the same number each time, and exponential is if you are multiplying by the same number. Since you are going from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, you could see that you are adding 1 each time here. On the right side, you have to figure out how are you going to go from a 3 to a 9. Well, you could add 6, or you could multiply by 3. So now what I would probably do is I'd probably look at the next set of numbers and see, well, if I add 6 to 9, I'm going to get 15, which isn't the next number. But if I multiply 9 by 3, I'll get 27. So here I must be multiplying by 3 each time, which means this is going to be exponential. So 3 is going to be my b term, because b represents the constant you multiply by. My a is my y-intercept. So if you remember from class, we said the y-intercept is the number next to the 0. In this case, 3 goes with 0, which means that a is going to be 3. So now I'm going to write into my equation y equals 3 parentheses, so I'm writing it just as I see, 3 close parentheses, and then I'm going to use the exponent button to get my x. And if I press submit, I'll get it correct. Now, if you look at this one, you are still going up by 1 each time, so 4 to 5, 5 to 6, that's plus 1. But now, here I have to figure out how am I going to go from a negative 38 to a negative 45? Well, I could subtract 7 here, and I'll get to negative 45. And then if I subtract 7 again, I'll get to negative 52. So since I'm subtracting the same number each time, this must be linear. So I'm going to use my y equals mx plus b. M is my slope. Remember, m is going to be the number that I add or subtract each time. So in this case, a negative 7. B is my y-intercept. Now you'll notice the y-intercept is not in this table because I don't have 0. So I kind of need to work backwards here to figure out what my y-intercept will be. So if I have the point 4, negative 38, I have to figure out what would have came before that. Well, technically, I was subtracting 7 each time. So I'm going to work backwards and add 7 each time. So if I add 7 to 38, I'm going to get negative 31. If I add 7 to negative 31, I'm going to get negative 24. And if I add 7 again, I'm going to get negative 17. And I have to go once more because I have to get to 0. So add 7, I get a negative 10. So my y-intercept is going to be negative 10. That's my b. So now I'm going to fill in just as I see. Y equals negative 7x, because that's my slope, minus 10. And that's how you're going to complete your IXL homework.